guys, I'm live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever it is you're tuning in from. Today is an awesome day and I'm going to be talking about faith. Let's talk about faith, baby. No, actually, wrong song. Anyway. Oh, I want to tell you a story. Well, actually, it's not a story. It's just an incident. I always say it's a story. It's an incident. But anyway, so the other day, I bought myself some food from a place called M&S. If you're in the UK, you know what M&S is. But if you're not in the UK, it is a departmental store, but they've got a food court. And in that food court, they have this gorgeous section where they have all these different kind of foods that you can put in the oven. And then it comes up with like gourmet food as if you'd been to the restaurant. But anyway, so I treated myself and went and bought some food from there. Now, the good thing about M&S food is that on the box of the food, on the box of the product, it actually has this gorgeous picture. Like you look at the picture and you're like, oh my gosh, this is to die for. Like I definitely gotta get that because this is gonna taste so good. And you're getting all of that just from the box. So anyway, so I bought it because I looked at the box and it looked awesome. I was like, yep, I'm going to prepare this awesome meal and it's going to be great. And it's going to be as if we've gone to the restaurant. So anyway, brought it home and so opened up the box and the actual product in the box did not look like what was on the box. I was like, hang on a minute. I was expecting it to look as good in the box as it did outside the box. I was like, okay. So then turned to the back and then there was the instructions. So I went through the instructions step by step by step. And it's like, make sure the oven is at gas mark 6. So you've got to prepare the oven. Then you've got to take the product out of the packaging onto a bowl, onto a tray, wait a while. When the oven is hot, then put the product that is on the bowl, on the tray, in the oven, wait for another 10-15 minutes, take the product out, and then you need to baste it, i.e., take the oil that has come out from the meat itself, pull it directly on top of the meat, put it back in the oven, wait another 10 minutes, then take it out, then put this sauce that's been provided in the packaging and pour it all over the meat, put it back in the oven, wait another 10-15 minutes, tick tock, beep, take it out of the oven, let it cool for about 5 minutes, put it on a plate and serve it. And then it's going to look exactly like you saw it on the box. And true to the word, it did. Absolutely. But today we're talking about faith. And you're thinking, well, what does that got to do with the food in the box, Clara? Like, I know you had, you went to M&S and blah, 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 but what does that got to do about faith? And actually, it's got everything to do with faith because, people say all the time, have faith, have faith, have faith. And we act as if it's like a very strange concept. But to be fair, we have faith every single day of our life. The minute we wake up in the morning, we have faith. Like I just sat on this poof. And I've got faith that it's going to hold my weight, So it's like we have faith. And to be fair, when I got the food, when I looked at it, it didn't look like how it looked like on the box. But I had faith that if I went through those instructions step by step, it was going to look like what it looked like on the box. And did. So 3 things I want to draw out from that little story is that, first of all, faith starts with a vision, because I had the vision in the box. I could see on the box, this was what I was going to get. This is what had been promised to me. This is what I purchased. I purchased the picture of what this thing looked like. That was why I bought it. Because if there had been another picture, if it didn't look so nice, maybe I wouldn't have bought it because I would have thought, no, I don't want that. I want something that looks different. But I saw the picture and I was like, yes, I want it. But then when I saw the product, I was like, but this doesn't tie up with the vision. So the second thing about faith is like the starting point may not look like, and most often does not look like, the end position. What you start off with looks nothing like what you're going to get in the end. So that's number two. So when it comes to faith, you're not basing your faith on what you can physically see, but you're basing your faith on a vision that has been promised. And the third thing about faith is that it requires instructions, step-by-step instructions in order for you to get to the end goal. If I had just taken the product out of the packet and decided I was just going to do my own thing and just put it in the oven and leave it there for 30 minutes, would it have looked like the end result? No, definitely not. I had to follow the instructions. So the third thing about it, when it comes to instructions, the question is, whose instructions are you following? Are you following the instructions of the person that created the product in the first place, that showed you the end result of what the picture was going to look like? Or are you following your own instructions? Are you thinking, well, I can just blag this. I can just do it how I want to. It doesn't really matter. Is that what you're thinking? Or are you actually following the instructions of the person that has given you the vision? And this is what it is to have faith in God, because God gives us a picture. He gives us a vision. He says, this is what it's going to look like if you will have faith to believe that it's going to look like it. And then if you will follow my footsteps, what the direction that I'm taking you, if you would follow those steps, even though the starting point does not look like it. Do not focus on what it looks like, because if I had focused on what it looked like when I took it out of the box, I'd have put it in the bin because didn't look so great. I would have put it in the bin. I would have gone, you know what, we're going to have something else for dinner because I don't like what that looks like. And if I'd taken it out of the box and I hadn't been given any instructions, I wouldn't even know where to start from. I'd be asking every Tom, Dick and Harry, do you know how to make this look like this box? Do you know how to make this product look like this? And everybody will come up with their own suggestions, their own ideas, nobody really knowing how to do it. So I'm just saying today, that was like a big revelation for me, because I was like, you know what? You can break faith down into simple things. If somebody had told me that this pouch that I'm sitting on, this pooch that I'm sitting on didn't look like this before it got created, but there was a picture of the box that says it was going to look like this, then I'd be like, oh. But if it didn't have any instructions on how to put it together, how would the person know what the picture is going to look like? And sometimes we don't have a clear vision. Sometimes we have like half of a vision, and then we go with something that we think it should look like this. And then we create our own version of what it is, and we call that faith. And it's not faith. No, you need to have a very clear vision before you actually start to walk. Because if your vision is not clear, you're going to be like going, is it this way? Is it that way? Maybe it's this, maybe it's that. You don't even know where you're going. You don't even know what you're looking for, So I'll give you another example. Actually, yesterday, I was on board in a new salon. Yay! Big up to Ultra Strands on board in a new salon. Yeah, that was awesome. But anyhow, one of the things she was saying when we were going through the styling salon, she goes, a lot of her clients, they want to have the scouse parting. And I was like, what's a scouse parting? And she kind of demonstrated it to me. She's like, it's when the parting kind of comes like this. And I was like, oh, okay. So when I came home this morning when I woke up, I was like, you know what? I'm going to try the scouse parting. So this is my end result. But in truth, I don't know what that scouse parting looks like. I've got a vague idea. So I don't even know the instructions because I didn't ask her, how do you get it? I just said, could you demonstrate what it looks like? And she just went something like that. And I was like, oh, got it. That's all I need. I did not have a clear picture. So I've created this. And somebody's going to tell me whether this is actually a scouse parting or not, because I don't know what it's supposed to look like. I had a picture in my head, thought maybe this could be it. It looks okay. It sounds a little bit like what she was saying, but is it the truth or not the truth? I don't know, but I'm going to do it anyway and then see. And then I'm going to call it a scouse parting, but only someone that knows whether it's a scouse parting or not will be able to say, actually, yeah, that's right, or that's wrong, or that's okay, nice try, but, not quite there yet. So It is so important that you just do not do your own thing. When we're walking in faith, it's a promise that God has given to us. God has said to us, this is the picture I have for you. But God also tells us that we need to step. And as I was talking about my example with my M&S meal, I couldn't put everything in the oven at the same time. I had to turn on the oven. There were steps I had to take. Nothing was immediate. I had to wait as well. There's a waiting period. There's an incubation period, and then there was the actual results at the end of it. But I had to wait for that. I could not rush the process. I could not suddenly go, oh, I've got all the ingredients. Let me just put it all in one go and just click my fingers and it's going to be created. I could even microwave it. Do you know what I mean? So what I'm saying to you is that there is a process, and sometimes when it comes to faith, there is a waiting period. And it's what we do in the waiting period that is important. Do I just sit by the oven and go, or do I set my timer and go, it needs to be there for 10 minutes. I can go off and do other things. I can focus on other things because I know there's no point trying to sit in a spot, look for something, look at something when I know that it's got a start date, it's got an end date. It's got a start period, it's got an end period. And when that end period is up, then I need to make an action. But in that time period when I'm waiting, I don't need to watch it. I just need to carry on and do my own business. So when you are working in faith as well, when you're walking in faith, you wait for the instructions. God will tell you the instructions, but there'll be a period where God is just saying, just wait. Just wait, just wait. It's incubating. Just wait, it's cooking. Just wait, it's doing something. You don't need to watch it because it's in my control. As long as you followed the path, as long as you've done what I've asked you to do, it's fine, it's okay. Go about your own business. Go about doing good. Go about doing other things. Focus on the other things. And when it's time to come back, it will be there waiting for you for the next step to take. And it's so true. So I just want to encourage someone today that is like, thinking about what's the next movement that I take. Ask God for vision to show you what the picture looks like, to give you a vision. And get clarity in your mind and write it down. This is the vision. Whatever it is, it might not necessarily be a big vision. It might just be the next step that you're going to make, But get that clarity first before you start trying to get somewhere and you're not sure where it's going to go because you're not actually walking in faith. Also, don't look at what it looks like now and go, it doesn't look big enough. It doesn't look like the picture, so it cannot be it. Don't look at what it looks like now because it will become the very thing God has promised you if you hear what he's saying to you and you follow his steps. Simple. Okay, maybe not so simple because sometimes we kind of ask ourselves, is that God really speaking? Did I hear it right? And it's so true. But you know what? If you keep asking God to order your steps, he will order your steps. And even if you take a wrong turning, as long as you've got your focus on that vision, as long as you know where you are going and where you're heading, and you're not just going around in circles, God will redirect your path and you'll know when you're back on the right path. There's no condemnation. So even if you go off the wrong track for whatever reason, for however long, it's fine because God will reroute you back. Just stay focused on that vision that God has given to you. It will come to pass. I promise you it will come to pass if you just stay focused. If you just keep listening to what God's got to say. And if you don't look at the current situation and try and compare it to what the end result is going to look like. Those three things, just follow that daily and you will see things will change in your life. So that's what I've got to say today. But before I go, I want to say God loves you. Oh, yeah. He loves you. He loves you so much. He loves you so much that, his only son died for us on the cross so that we can be redeemed and reunited with him. Isn't that awesome? He loves you so much because he wants to show you his love. He wants to pour his love into you. The abundance of love that comes only from the Father, only from the source. Let him into your heart. Give him your heart. just give it to him. Give him your broken pieces. Just give it to him and see what he's going to give back to you. And you know who else loves you? I do. Yep, I love you. But guess what? I can never love you even half the spec that God loves you, you know, because all love comes from him. So if you're going to choose between the two, choose his love. That's it for today. I hope you had a great time listening to my voice, and I will be back tomorrow. Take care. Bye.